I'd like an ice cream about this high. Okay, coming right up. What do I owe you? Nothing. It's for free. Free? Hey! Robbie Rotten! Who did you expect? Spoiler flop? Well, what to do next?
AP calculus and he has a 101.
Is that like some Asian kid at your school?
Was sitting in La Drang, one of the first big NVA engagements of the war, first time we had really been mobilized to attack a big military force. There I was, sitting, laying down suppressive fire so we could move a unit up to attempt to extract the friendly squad that had gotten surrounded by the North Vietnamese army. It went horribly, actually. We ran out of munition halfway through. All of our unit almost got overrun. We were fighting pretty hard. We actually had to mount bayonets, as a matter of fact. And as the NVA pushed up, we basically used our guns as swords. We had to use our bayonets to push them off of us. We held the line the best we could. They continued to bring in medical evacs. They increased backup via Huey quite a bit. Artillery barrages happened quite a bit. But then Broken Arrow is called. Broken Arrow is a common military term in case a military unit is about to be overran, where every single bomber in the general vicinity that has a payload has to convert over and bomb the hell out of the area you are at. And so I'm standing there trying to do my best to hold the line along with my my fellow soldiers when napalm is just blowing up 10 feet in front of me, just ruining the enemy. I saw two of my guys charge forward right into it, and I didn't see them come out. I'm pretty sure it killed more of us than it did of them, but it did have a shock and awe effect that allowed us to hold the line even more, because the NVA started getting terrified. They thought it was like a dragon. They had never seen technology on that level, and they started immediately falling back, and we continued to advance until almost the entire unit was in an all-out advance towards the enemy. We barely had any munitions at this point, by the way. Half the people were extremely wounded. All of us had blood on us because we were chopping NVA to pieces with our bayonets. We were just pushing up the mountain while NVA were trying to return fire, but they really couldn't. We still had M60s laying in the back, giving us suppressing fire. We still had artillery. We had a radio man just constantly telling them we were pushing up, and the artillery was just starting to bombard the top of the mountain, so they knew how much progress we were getting. And once we got up, there was this, oh my god, the entire enemy, you could see the unit falling back, and then a bunch of grass, basically they had a trench system we didn't even know about, tunnels and then a trench system on top of it, and they just released these MGs that nobody saw coming, and they just started mowing us down. It was a slaughter. I managed to dive back down the mountain, getting a bit of cover before I could get mowed down. I saw bodies dropping left and right and left and right. Radio man was down. I went over, I picked up the radio, I called in an airstrike right on top of the trench system. They did the best we could, but we had to fall back. All of our momentum was lost in one foul swoop because of us being stupid and deciding to push up the mountain. Thankfully, however, the NVA got discouraged and just left the position. But the whole war wasn't about taking territory, it was just about inflicting casualties on the enemy. We actually were outnumbered, God, I think they had around 200,000 soldiers, we had 5,000, so about 20 to 1. And we inflicted around 50,000 casualties on them in one battle. We took about 300 men, which is still 30% of the amount of men we had on the front line, but they took a hell of a lot more. It was an extremely close battle, but thankfully the NVA saw that they were losing too many men to keep the pressure on us going. I just want to say this, a lot of the casualties for us was because of that charge. That charge led us closer and closer to defeat. Thankfully, the MVA didn't want to continue to lose casualties. That's the only reason we even came... That's the only reason we did win that battle. That battle was a horrendous battle. The Battle of Lodrang Valley, you can search it up. It's a real battle that happened. My service there was real too, but yeah.
Wow, what a story.